Duel Review is brought to you by NexusDigitalComics.com. On today's Duel Review, it's War for Cybertron. I'm RJ.
And I'm Nick.
Let's get to it. Hey everybody, welcome to Duel Review. Today is July the 3rd, and we're going to be taking a look at an awesome game, War for Cybertron.
That's right, with Fall of Cybertron very close on the horizon,
Yes.
We decided to come back and check out...
doing that, not me.
What?
I'm sorry, I was like vibrating.
Dude,
with joy.
I'm so excited. I can't imagine anyone not being excited about Fall for Cybertron. It's just... First of all, War for Cybertron, yes, I have it for Xbox 360. I'm sorry. But it is a great game regardless of which system it's on. It's just a fantabulous game. I absolutely love it. Especially the co-op mode, which I played. I think this was the only game... I'm sorry. This was the longest running game that I played multiplayer with because I loved it. I loved... I love transforming on the fly. I love the characters. I love the abilities. You know, I love being a sniper and flying. I loved flying. You know, you fly as Shockwave and just transform, land, aim, shoot, fly away. It was great. Great hit and run tactics. Loved it.
Shockwave.
Shockwave? The downloadable content. He's a jet.
Oh, downloadable content. I didn't get that.
Yeah, no, he didn't. Because I lent it to him to play.
This game reminded me, or, I didn't even know how much I loved the Transformers until I played this game. And I actually missed this game because for some reason, I thought it was like an MMO kind of thing, like an only online thing.
Oh, well.
For some reason, that's what I thought.
I think most people played it for the online abilities, but it's definitely got its own story mode. In fact, Fall of Cybertron gets rid of the multiplayer and sticks only... Well, I don't know if it completely gets rid of the multiplayer. Does it? No, I'm not unsure. But it is almost entirely the campaign. I think
it's definitely co-op and all that stuff. But
right.
Yeah, they have the classic voices that, the guy who does Optimus Prime and the Megatron and Soundwave. I love Soundwave's voice. It's hard to understand sometimes, but it's so... that classic, it's just perfect. I love it.
As soon as you hear it, you're like, Soundwave!
Yeah, recently, I've watched a couple of the other Transformer-like animes and stuff like that, and they don't have the same voice for Soundwave, and it's like, no, why? Why would you change that? Anyway, that's another topic, another
well,
show.
it's kind of, you're talking about Prime?
Well, Prime, he doesn't talk at all. Soundwave doesn't, but yes, some of the voices are changed in
well, I'm gonna sneak into there in just a second.
Okay.
So let me first say that it is High Moon Studios that developed this wonderful game, and they're developing the next one, which I really can't wait for because you get to play as Grimlock and you get to see Metroplex and all this other great stuff.
Yeah, that's not till next year though, right?
No, it's what was it? August.
Sweet.
Yeah,
really
I'm
sweet.
pretty sure it was August, I think.
So yeah, 2 years. That's not too bad.
No.
It was 2010,
yeah, this came out in 2010. So the plot follows. It's based off of the Generation 1 lore, but I don't know how well tied in
Religious.
it is. I mean, it's definitely, I don't know how solid it is in the already created foundation.
How faithful.
Yeah, how faithful it is. But it's definitely its own thing, and Hasbro said, you know what, we're going to mark this as the beginning. So this game marks the beginning, and so from here you have Transformers Prime, which is the direct sequel to this, which I wanted to bring up, and then a book called Transformers Exodus is
the first one you're talking about is an animation, not a game.
Oh yeah. Transformers Prime, if you haven't seen it, is an animation. Some of their toys are pretty cool. I wanted to get the Wheeljack, but I haven't yet.
Yeah, I don't really. It's too stylized for me. I like whatever, and it is definitely kids in that. It's got some really cutesy moments, but watching that series, and maybe we'll do a review at some point. I learned, I remember a lot of lore. I learned a lot of lore because it's pretty rich. And yeah, that's one thing we were talking about before this is Transformers is so rich. I can't understand why they haven't done more with it, honestly, because it's just, they've done a lot and people love it. But it is really rich. There's stuff that he didn't even know. And he's like a, total nut job when it comes to Transformers. Well, the Trypticon thing.
Oh yeah. That's
he
character
sometimes he sometimes doesn't know whether he should be a Decepticon or not, even though he's like a murderer. Anyway.
So the Autobots have been building their ark to escape the Decepticons, and this is right before
no Earth in this one.
Not yet. Right. There's no Earth. So it's all based on Cybertron. So you get to get a great feel of the Cybertronian planet, or the planet of Cybertron, which is actually a Transformer in it of itself. If you didn't know.
Right.
So that's pretty cool. But what was I going to say? Shoot. It was there, and then it just left.
Well, I was just gonna say that the joy of this game, like mostly is like Trypticon and Omega Supreme.
Yeah,
it's so
the
awesome
big, the big boss battles.
Big boss battles. But
yeah.
it's also just Barricade, and they have Bloom do a lot of the voices, which he does everything. He does Wolverine now.
Yeah.
And he did Barricade, and he did all the in between like narration voice, and I'm sure he shows up a couple more times. But yeah, did you remember, or should we go into what I don't like about this game? Like what I wish they...
Well, let's start with you because you played it more recently. I definitely know what the problems I have.
I literally just finished playing it, like yesterday. So it's not terribly long, but it's long enough.
Yeah, there's it should be mentioned that there's 2 campaigns. There's you start off with a Decepticon and then you get into the Autobot one.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But my complaint... Okay, so here's the complaints. Number 1 is the Decepticon campaign is literally the same as the Autobot campaign. It's just instead of Omega Supreme, it's Trypticon, and instead of Trypticons.
Right where the flying the flying bots are involved. It's the flying bots.
So it's very carbon copy. The bad guy, the main bad guys you have to fight, they're exactly the same classes. Like the Decepticon, it's like when you're a Decepticon, you're fighting these Autobots with these big shields. You're like, oh, that's badass. I wonder what the Decepticon version of that is. Exact same thing, just blue.
Just blue shields, yeah.
Decepticons are blue and Autobots are red. That's fine. That's traditional, whatever. So I enjoyed playing both campaigns. I did, and there was enough story to keep me, interested. And obviously, playing as the new that was brilliant. You don't just play as Optimus the whole darn time. Or something. Like you actually, you have some flying levels that you have to choose. Maybe ones that you're not familiar with or whatever. But brings me to another tiny gripe. Is that I would like to play as every bot.
Yeah.
That would be my preference. And you don't know which ones are going to repeat and which ones aren't necessarily. Right. Like, that Optimus is probably going to be in, 9/10 of them. But other than that, you don't know if, Barricades or whatever, Decepticon Barricade's going to stick around. Or you don't know on Autobot side if...
Ironhide's going to be there the whole time?
Yeah, or Sideswipe. Like, I really like Sideswipe. And I did choose the one... He's only in one mission. Like, if you don't choose him, then you never get another chance to play him. So that's a little aggravating.
Well, they're actually fixing that with Fall for Cybertron, where each level... each character... You're devoted to each character for a level. So that's going to be interesting to play as different characters per level. I don't know if it's going to be a little... annoying because each one has different skill sets and you have to kind of jump between them, but hopefully they'll do it right.
Yeah, okay. And I guess that's really my only major gripes, honestly, are those 2 things, if they would fix that. I didn't get a chance to play multiplayer because obviously it's been out for a while. I don't think there's a lot of people and he was busy. And it's just, whatever. It was such a joy, though. I really enjoyed it. And if you like Transformers even remotely, like even my wife was kind of like watching some of the cutscene kind of things from the corner of her eye, kind of thing. And she always cries when Optimus, like talks, like literally. She has such a connection to that voice for some reason.
It's a great voice. I can't imagine any other voice doing Optimus.
Yeah, I know. To get all this good stuff.
The biggest problem that I had with this game is not even a problem, but it is the when you create a character, just the colors that they use. I wish I could do a little more with it.
I didn't even get to do that.
Yeah, I know. And the characters, I wish I could choose Cassies that weren't, directly related. You're gonna look like a recoloring of Bumblebee, or you're gonna look like a recoloring of Brawl, or you're just gonna look like a recoloring. It's a little annoying. It doesn't give your character very much personality.
It's a lot of work to do that stuff, and
I know.
That's actually with Prime, the animated series that we keep talking about. That's one of my problems too, is when they bring back zombie bots, they're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they literally should be every one of them different, which I understand they can't do that. At least have like 5 different varieties. They're literally all the same. I mean, the cutscenes they change. So it's the same sort of the game, like you're fighting the generic, everybody looks the same. Why? I don't know. Why do all the Decepticons look the same except for Starscream and Megatron, and Brawl? I don't know, but whatever. You can kind of get past. I mean, we know why. It's to save, like processing power and
memory.
Yeah,
that's all.
Exactly.
But yeah, you're right. It would be a lot more rich if each character had, even if it was something as simple as the Autobots. Okay, you have the big brute for the Autobots, and the Autobots, these are their morals and their ethics. So that brute should follow these ethics. So they're kind of like blocking. They don't want to hurt anyone. They want to be careful. Whereas the Decepticon version would be like attack head first. Go crazy, just kill.
I mean, that might be cool, but I see lots. I mean, there are tons of Autobots that are just ruthless. So I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
What I really just want, I just want subtle differences. That's all. It's not enough to color them blue and like give them 2 little horns or something. That's not enough. You need to do. I think they should have like reserved one type of class for the Decepticons and one for the Autobot. Like they can have lots that are multi-purpose, like same on each side, but maybe the heavy guys were only Autobot, and then the disappeary guys were only Decepticon. You know, something like that would be more compelling.
Disappeary guys.
Whatever.
That's what they were called. No, they were called disappeary guys.
Okay. Well, then I got it right.
Yes.
All right. So that's it for my money. Is there anything else you want to mention? I mean, I can't wait for the next game.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you can tell me? I mean, I know that what's his name makes an appearance. Grimlock.
Grimlock's going to be a big part of it. Is it going to be
all of them, or is it just going to be him?
No, Grimlock's on the search for the other Dinobots, and he has to fight the Insecticons to get to them. That's
so awesome.
Basically,
didn't you bring up like Demolisher and stuff?
Yes, this will be Demolisher. Will be in it. Soundwave, I think leads them. And I can't wait for the toys. I really want to see the toys come out.
Yeah.
I'm going to be pre-ordering them soon.
Of those too.
And basically, let's see. So there's Metroplex in the background, and one of the best things that I heard was Optimus Prime can call in support for Metroplex. So
does that mean Unicron too? If Metroplex is there?
No, you're thinking of Primus. Metroplex is a giant city that turns into a robot.
And so does Unicron.
No, Unicron is a planet.
Well, but who's the main base?
Scorponok.
No, main base for the Decepticons.
Scorponok.
All right, it's not who I'm thinking of, but
there's Trypticon, there's Scorponok.
Maybe it's Trypticon. Maybe it's just that's
Decepticons.
Not. Trypticon and Mega Supreme are equals. Who's the equivalent to Metroplex?
That would be Scorponok.
Telling you. We'll agree to disagree.
Okay.
All right, guys. So that's an awesome game, War for Cybertron. Yeah, I definitely think it's still worth a play. So go check it out. We're looking forward to the next one. We'll definitely review that. We'll probably review it the same week. We'll go buy it and play the hell of it and then review it. So anyway. All right. Subscribe on YouTube and tell us what you think.
All right. Check out all of our wares at spiderwolf.com.
Today is Tuesday, which means there's a brand new Game Lab.
Yeah, Game Lab.
So go to our YouTube channel, Duel Review.
Duel Review YouTube channel. Duel Review, just like the name of this show.
Yeah, and just check out our playlists. You'll see Game Lab there.
Right. We also have
all our other series.
Fillers, Spotlight,
one shots, and something cool on Fridays.
We've got
blogs tomorrow.
Yes,
we'll be
blogs
updating
tomorrow.
Our blogs.
I'm kind of upset that you get to, your side of the things. You get to have you can do your one shots here in the studio where I have to
That's because I own a studio.
Yeah, I have to sit at home with my microphone and record Spotlight and Filler and all those other stuff.
You want to buy my studio?
How much?
We'll talk.
I don't know where to put it in my...
$1 million and your firstborn.
Deal.
I'll probably give your firstborn back. I just in case.
Here you go.
Just in case I need it for something. I need an extra soul around or something. Oh. Still tied. Frickin' hate ties. They're so uncomfortable.
They're not that uncomfortable. If they're uncomfortable, you're wearing them wrong.
The next two Before Watchmen books up next. So what is next?
War for Cybertron!
Yay! I really did. I'm a dork too. I didn't realize how much I liked Transformers, honestly, until I played that. I was like, that's, especially with Omega Supreme and Trypticon.
Yeah. I can't wait to see this next one.
I do have a couple of complaints. I guess I'll get to those. But
so do I, but that's alright.
War for Cybertron. Well, I wish I could do a robot voice, but it's hard. War for Cybertron. No. Didn't work. War for Cybertron. Oh, perfect.
You nailed it that time.
Beep. Beep. War for Cybertron. Beep. Beep, beep. Nice. War for Cybertron. Beep.
Because when robots talk, they have to do this.
Don't you?
I do.
You're a robot.
I am.
I have to wind him up every day like TikTok, and his crank is not in a good place. It's in a bad place. Very, very bad place. Okay. Hey everybody, today is July the 3rd, and we're going to take a look at War for Cybertron, an awesome game.
That's right. With Fall of Cybertron. We're going to do that over.
Sorry. Which I thought Omega Supreme was, but I guess that would be a Unicron and Omega Supreme.
Unicron is in a giant planet. There's no way. Unicron is huge. The opposite of Unicron is Primus, which is the planet Cybertron.
Okay.
I think Omega Supreme is just the protector of Primus.
Oh, your nerd is showing.
My what?
Your nerd is showing.
What is it?
All right, guys. So that's
whatever, man. Okay.